wedding this summer. Those inspiring words from Jack Nicklaus, who went home from the hospital today with a new ceramic hip. He'll miss the Masters in April for the first time in 40 years, but he is expected to return to doing what he does best. Now check out this shot off the fairway in the desert sand behind a big rock. That's what Tiger Woods faced in Sunday's final round of the Phoenix Open. The big boulder right in the way of Tiger's line to the green. So, what's a popular PGA player to do? Call in the troops. The rock was ruled not embedded, so it could be moved. So it was. All thousands of pounds of it by some helpful guys in the gallery. All got a good handshake from the Tiger and a story they'll be telling to their buddies forever. Yep. If you stayed awake through the entire afternoon of one of the least watched Super Bowls of all time, then you did better than most. Give yourself a big brownie point. Give former Seahawk Eugene Robinson this year's GGOTP award, dumbest guy on the planet, embarrassingly burned by John Elway. Give the Broncos the big trophy again after defeathering the Falcons and call him Mr. MVP.
It's amazing. You win a Super Bowl and it's almost you count the quarters down as the Super Bowl goes, and you know how much time you put in, how much work goes into winning a Super Bowl and playing together, and how much sweat and you know, everything that goes into it. It's just such a gratifying feeling to win it that's really kind of what I just enjoyed.
You know, Seahawk fans are hoping he didn't enjoy it too much. Elway is hinting at coming back again for a three-peat. Mile High fans are still about 10 miles high after Super Sunday and another Manic Monday with a big parade to celebrate their second straight. But a lot calmer than last night when police turned the tear gas on unruly crowds who decided to destroy whatever was in their path. Drunken revelers smashed windows, set fires, and overturned parked cars. That's how some folks in Denver decided to celebrate a Super Bowl victory. Just having some good old fun after a good old game.
No team sportsmanship. That's bad.
But John
Give it
Elway...
to another team next year.
John Elway, well, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe the Seahawks.
That'd be nice. Seattle fans wouldn't do that.
There you go. But Elway's talking about coming back again.
No,
Unbelievable.
I hope not. Thanks, Alan. After this, gearing up for tomorrow's special election, we'll have more details. Plus, what local experts say about a link between chimps and AIDS. That story after this. When most eyeglass stores say they have glasses for $64, they're forgetting something important. Like the lenses. Those cost extra. But at Vista Optical, $64 buys you the frame and lenses. And Vista has over 400 high-quality, fashionable frames to choose from, all for $64. So if it's real value you're looking for, you'll find it at Vista. Call today for an eye exam with our independent doctors of optometry.
Imagine me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. I can't say love nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life.
Bill, I'd like to download your novel.
Coloring outside the line.
It's not about you, Bill. It's about me.
We've begun to accelerate the learning curve.
I'm penciling you in. Idiot.
At United States Cellular, we see a cell phone as a way to stay safe and a way to stay close.
Extra innings, did you get her to sleep?
Sound more like you.
She's got like a
United States Cellular, the way people talk around here. Now at United States Cellular, get 180 minutes for only $24.95 a month.
Many abused children grow up with a striking resemblance to their parents.
With the special election just one day away, a steady stream of absentee ballots are flowing in. Yakima County Auditor Doug Cochran says almost 16,000 mail-in ballots have been issued for this election. About 60% have already been returned. Cochran says that's more than they normally receive before an election. About 9,000 absentee ballots will be counted tomorrow night. Cochran says this could possibly determine the fate of many of the proposals before voters.
A decade ago in absentee ballots, you saw most of them come back just after they went out, and they did tend to run more negative, and the school districts knew that. I think that has changed to some degree because the demographic that makes up the absentee voter has changed quite a bit.
Now, if you need some help getting to the polls tomorrow, members of 2 local education groups will be happy to give you a ride. All you have to do is call the Yakima Education Association at this number, 966-6603. The city of Yakima is finalizing plans to sell a portion of Larson Park to Yakima Valley Community College. The land would be used as a branch campus for Central Washington and Washington State universities. It currently contains several tennis courts and a softball field. City Manager Dick Zay says a final deal hinges on a fair price and funding from the state legislature.
There's no guarantee that the state's going to have the funding this term. It may take a couple of years. The city will not be able to go forward and complete the transaction unless we're made whole.
Yakima is seeking $2.8 million for the property, but Zay says the first appraisal from the state was well below $1 million.
For the market value of the property and for the replacement cost of the improvements, notably the tennis courts at another location.
Zay says the higher education center is needed, and he hopes funding can be secured. A pair of Central Washington University primate studies experts say worries over a chimpanzee AIDS report are overblown. As KIMA's Mike Conklin reports, the study linking AIDS to African chimps is a hot scientific topic.
With the quick sensationalistic applied, let's find a vaccine.
Anthropology professors Augustine Fuentes and Roger Fouts are alarmed by the public reaction to the University of Alabama Birmingham chimpanzee AIDS study.
I had students come into the classroom today saying AIDS comes from chimpanzees, and in fact that's not what this study suggests or shows.
Fuentes is a published primate researcher, and Fouts made headlines for teaching sign language to chimpanzees at CWU. They stress the bottom line is that chimps don't get AIDS or pass the virus. The species probably evolved out of the...
Back and who you don't bring back, so I got some more tough decisions.